So when I talk about the Snowflake, why AI in Snowflake is the data will be already sitting in the Snowflake environment, and we will does not require to go and manage the data specifically, and even the infrastructure we do not need to maintain because all the like maintenance, like patching, upgrading, everything will be taken into Snowflake team. At the same time, no need of any installing of any hardware or software from outside because the zero management. And coming to like the governance perspective, we already have in Snowflake the role-based access control, which will allow us to manage our models and control the access. And if you go and see most of the ML and AI projects nowadays moving towards the model governance and model center, where you will have an enterprise level group of models in one place and that will be taken care by the model center so that everybody who is willing to like leverage those models, they can go and use the model specifically and then they can generalize the model to their application also. So that journey which is moving towards the generalization of model governance and model center and AI governance also. Like AI governance is basically where your agentic AI models also will have a end-to-end solution in one place so that that can be also leveraged and that can be managed in one place for every enterprise model. So we can go and store in the model registry and you can change whenever required and you can get the model version whenever we want and the data version when we want. All these are possible in Snowflake in one single place. And the main reason why people going for Snowflake is also, as you know, like simplicity, because the fully managed end-to-end Cortex service, which is also managed by the GPU's infrastructure by Snowflake itself. If you go to out of Snowflake, you need to manage. You need to manage and you need to have infrastructure team. And that is not easy to even get an infrastructure from your team with respect to GPUs and all. Because the high-end infrastructure is required. So the companies are not ready to spend that much easily also. And coming to like Snowflake is not only for simple reason, so it is also one single environment with security and all powerful AI tools are available, like where, as I mentioned, ASQL, Document AI, Cortex Search, and Snowflake Intelligence, and many different features are integrating Snowflake Optima. So many different features are getting integrated very thoroughly and fastly into Snowflake, and you can speed up your AI model and ML projects with end-to-end automation because everything is in one single place and the user need not wait so long to use your applications. So the platform is also very reliable because your data and models will be in a secured environment and where your insights also can be very fastly the business can use for the insights also. Like Power BI I can easily integrate with my like AI models and I can get my queries also can be addressed. And the Snowflake Cortex AI, this is one of the very important feature where Snowflake is become very popular because this is one of the fully managed intelligent service which will come up with very strong, the industry leading the large language models and vector search capabilities, where you can go and search for your information by connecting to a separate database level or a table level, like account level also. And also it will enable users to analyze their data and build their AI applications directly within the Snowflake and without managing any infrastructure also. So the infrastructure, whatever you see, is MCP and MCP servers and also like GPU interfaces, and then also like the external agents and all these in normal projects you need to go and build them, but here in Snowflake they're all inbuilt. The Cortex analyst and Cortex agent and Cortex set all are helping the users to eliminate this infrastructure burden. In one single Cortex agent, I can manage all these services. I can easily get a Cortex agent and I can manage the entire sets and I can optimize by using this Cortex service. And coming to like other applications where Cortex is very popular nowadays is like the the LLM functions are helping for the instant answers and summaries where we can ask for queries and in a plain English language and you can go and get your summaries from your data which is available in Snowflake itself. For example, I have a retail analysis or a supply chain database. I can ask my queries. I do not need to go and open the database and run the select queries and optimize the SQL queries. This complexity I do not need to worry about. And ML functions. So Snowflake come up with some inbuilt ML function classification. If you go to AI Studio, you will see the classification functions and like anomaly detection functions. So there are inbuilt functions available where I can go and select my input data and also like what I want to predict from the database column level itself, and I can decide and it will automatically generate the code as well. So that code I can go and execute and I can build my application. And one more interesting thing with Snowflake is I can easily integrate with the Streamlit app also. The Streamlit app, which you see, that can be easily integrated with most of the Snowflake data and applications. So that is one of the interface which is very helping the users because Snowflake, when they acquired Streamlit, the objective is to convert every solution to a Streamlit application. And vector search is very interesting feature, which is going to search a vast amounts of data, that to text and documents, where I can get the required relevant information and connect to the business without missing any information. And coming to like the Cortex analyst and search, these two are helping to create the advanced intelligent agents like a digital assistant. For example, I'm basically like working on a investment portfolio intelligent assistant and which since 2 weeks. So that is helping my investment portfolio officers to get the user requests and try to analyze what that agent is trying to provide, and they are also learning from the agent. So because what questions to ask, the agent will have a capability to ask right questions so that whatever the unwanted information will eliminate. Even the investment portfolio officers may ask many questions which are not relevant. But this agent is going to guide them to summarize what are the queries to ask also. And the customer will come up with the requirement. So these kind of the intelligent agents are helping like a assistant to understand the context of the business, what the user is looking for, and what action to be taken on behalf of any automated activity. So all these are basically the Cortex is helping here. And coming to like the main purpose and why people are moving to Snowflake is actually the serverless benefit. So the serverless benefit is like, as you know, no infrastructure is required and instant access. Within 2 minutes, I can connect, will create account and I can connect and log in. And even the pricing also is very, very transparent here because pay only for the tokens you are going to process, and then you will not get any standing cost or even the ideal GPU clusters. For example, if you go to and see, some people will worry about if I'm using a GPU, my billing will grow. But in Snowflake, you do not need to worry because Snowflake will not going to charge you when you are not using their services. How you see the virtual warehouses when you are not using, you do not need to pay. Similar to that, when you are not using any service, you do not need to pay an extra single penny also. And coming to like other features which Snowflake is becoming very popular is, as I mentioned, AI governance, the RBAC, and then the audit logging. If you go and see majority banks or financial institutions, you will have a compliance team who will work on the regulatory basis, and they will come up with majority of the process activities. They will do auditing and they will try to see how to control the data access, unauthorized access, and they will try to create some kind of systems and processes to with respect to the compliance regulations. And this audit logging is very, very important. Every year they do that, and you can automate all this, and you can go and try to create a separate agent to even support this kind of compliance regulations and all. And AI usage by budgeting also. You go and see. This is very important, right? When you are using any services, what kind of consumption you are doing, that is where you go and get in the this AI usage budgeting. You can go and even monitor where the system will automatically calculate and it will provide you. You can create your own agent that can even help you to monitor not only the AI services, all the services also. For example, I have an administrator who will take care of the daily cost monitoring, and he may run so many queries to find out what is the cost involved, and he may need to segregate that into different categories, and he need to communicate with the management teams to see why that budget is growing. So these kind of challenges can be eliminated by automating some of the activities to these agents, so which can help us. For example, I want to get an instant solution of my warehouse consumption or storage cost consumption. All I can use a AI assistant, and that can help me. A database DBA like a mounting assistant I can create. So it's very easy. So, but for that I need a respective access also. And even if you go and see, Snowflake is using the industry leading leaders in the in the ML model and AI model specifically. We go and see we have like Google, how Gemini is very popular, and we also have Meta LLM, and the Snowflake Architect is one of the popular model for the enterprise level intelligence and SQL, instant SQL generation and automated coding. All will be done through this Snowflake Arctic model. And coming to this Arctic model, this is basically developed by the Snowflake AI research team only, and it uses a MOA architecture, and where you will get a efficient, optimized solutions, where the SQL generation also will be the optimized SQL to generate automated coding, and it is open source, which is available under Apache 2.0 license, which we can also go and leverage it. But this is very optimized model, open source model, and majority people who are using this particular agentic AI now slowly migrating to this Arctic model also, because enterprise level, because this is very fast, efficient, and open source, and cost effective also, and performance perspective at business level. You go and see most of the real world applications are having the data volume is very heavy and process is also very heavy. So you need to think about the aspect which is related to not only data volume and high volume of data processing also, all that too in a secured environment and scalable. The scalability and instant elasticity and security, all these are nowadays very, very important for majority of the projects. If you are not following any high-end security and all, you know how difficult it is to manage your data, especially customer data. But Snowflake is already coming up with some data security features such as data masking, secure data sharing, color masking. All these can be more granularly. I can go and create a separate processes, and I can easily monitor also. I do not need to depend on anyone. And the interesting thing which Snowflake is why popular is another reason is its SQL part. These functions, whatever you see, normally if you go and see in Python or other programming languages, you need to go and directly need to load that respective library or package, and I need to go and use those functions which are available inside the library after I imported them. And also I need to go and use them as a data frame level where I need to convert the data into data frame, and so Python can help us in only when we have a data frame. But in case of Snowflake, I can directly run my SQL queries. I can invoke most of the LLM model by using the SQL query system. I can even process billions of records. Like we have AI complete function, it will generate the text, and AI summarize function. If any long text is there, maybe I want to go and summarize the tweets where the customer feedback, what the customer reviews. I want to summarize that. Then the summarize function will help us. The sentiment, and I want to see maybe there was a conversation happened between a customer who is not happy, and I want to see what is the reason for that. And whatever the conversations happened, it is not like always a text, right? It will be sometimes audio also. So what happens if the customer conversation is a call center specific call? How can I analyze that? And I want to see what the customer sentiment is, whether it is a positive response he gave or a negative response he gave, so that I can improve my services. So we need to see how the call center agents are responding. So we can analyze that recording, and I can extract some information from the audio files also. These audio files basically will help us in how to these functions. We have a function called AI transcribe in Snowflake, which is recently Snowflake included. This function can extract some information or insights from a MP3 group of MP3 files also, and translate. Maybe I have so many customers over the globe. Maybe I have Chinese customers, Japanese customers, Spanish customers, and local like Indian customers. So the language nowadays become like very common, right? So every business is going towards regional language. The customer responses are, for example, assume in the regional language. So I can convert them using this translate function. I can understand what the customer feedback, and I want to see how the customers are responding to my products. So all these I can simply write using a SQL function. Simply pass the data, whatever you see here. I can simply pass. Either I can send a text here, or I can send pass a column here, and I clearly can see what that particular context is going on. So these particular functions is basically going to help you on how to go and ask in a plain English. For example, show me the last month's top sales trends. That's it. I'm not going to write anything extra. So this particular sentence, English language, plain English language, can be automatically converted, and this ASQL will convert your questions into answers and making your data analysis easy in your conversation. And you will get instant insights. Maybe I asked this query and I want it in the form of a table. So Snowflake will go and convert your SQL, this particular sentence into SQL query, and it will connect to database, and it will run the query, and it will give the results back in the form of a table, or sometimes in the form of a dashboard also. You can go and integrate according to your like requirement. You can convert, because most of the business you see, right, the market, like who are sitting in the upper management, they are not going to even write any questions like this. They will simply click a button, and even you have to provide the queries also, like what they have to ask. So you need to give some kind of like information for them, some knowledge on what kind of queries your system can help, so that they can go and click on that button, and according to the button they clicked, it will generate a dashboard instantly. So it is not like earlier, everything is instant. My dashboard also should generate instantly. Correct, no? You agree, all of you? So because everything is instant, right? Instant ML model, instant dashboard, instant database. Everything is instant. They don't want to wait like earlier. They want instant answers. They come and they start using your application. They're in a assumption that everything is ready. They click a button, they ask a query, immediately they want a Power BI dashboard or Tableau dashboard to generate. So that is why people are running, even Power BI also having some kind of features like NLP queries and all this stuff. Just a minute, I'll do something. They need some at least some business knowledge like side. See, when I'm sitting in a business, I do not say technically, correct or not? At least I should know what is the context I'm going to ask. If sometimes what happens, even they may not have some knowledge on what to ask also, we need to guide them. That is how the business now. The business is not like earlier. You need to support the business. So earlier they used to give requirements, but now you need to go and suggest them. This is what I can do also. Some management teams are expecting you to do some of the initiations also. You should tell them this is what we can do, and so that they will try to evaluate and try to see whether we can go ahead with that requirement or not. But all these cannot be done in one day, but the multiple iterations will happen, and we need to have that clarity also. If you don't have the clarity on what you are doing, you cannot go and answer. So most of the business people, if you go and see right in the market, they are not like earlier. They are expecting your system has to do everything. They don't want to go and even ask queries also. Instantly they want to ask. If they ask something, your system has to respond. Earlier it was not like that, right? According to the query, you will prepare a SQL statement and you connect to a dashboard and prepare the dashboard, and sometimes they may change the requirement again. So this is happening because it used to happen. It is still happening. The requirements may not be freed, right? It will be keep on changing. Suddenly they will come and say, okay, dashboard is very, very nice. But your technically is very good, but this color is not good. Change the color. Here I want blue color, light blue color. I used to get this kind of requirements from my users. I used to get angry also. I did so much technically very nice dashboard and he is asking me to change only the color. It happens. Plus they want instantly. Instantly they need some cosmetic changes also. So your system should be ready. You go and see most of the like models like ChatGPT and Gemini are there are so many tools in the market. Like if you go and see there is a new type of tools came from AWS and like Google also. Go and see in AWS side you have AWS Hero Editor, and Gemini side like Google side we have a anti-gravity. They will generate just like a copilot code, so you can ask to generate any kind of information you want. It will generate an end-to-end project also. It can generate a Power BI dashboard. It can, but you need to give the clear requirements. The prompt should be correct. The prompt should be correct, and if you will, so you should be able to go and give the correct prompt. So that is not like basically which you need to understand. So the prompt should be correct. The prompt should be always you should give even a right prompt, because that way that also you should decide. So when you are like giving the right prompt, you'll get the right information. So coming to like other integration which Snowflake is like focusing more on and spending more is Snowpark ML also. So where Snowpark is one of the API which Snowflake is trying to convert all the Python code into SQL kind of statements. So here the Snowpark API is also helping in building most of the data science projects. And even if you're in complex SQL queries which you feel that you cannot write in SQL, you can write in Python also if you are a Python programmer. So Python libraries are available where you can directly go and build any kind of LLM models and long chain models. You have libraries available in Python. We can directly integrate. We can directly integrate them and you can directly use them also. So coming to like Snowflake Cortex Python integration also. So where people are spending more is like Snowflake Python and Cortex integration too. So you can go and write your code in Python notebooks and where you can directly go and also use the Cortex connection integration in the Snowflake environment itself using Snowflake Python worksheets and Snowflake Python notebooks feature is there. So where you can instantly go and try to generate your AI results and you can even see the insights on site itself. And we go and see the one interesting feature which Snowflake is also becoming popular is this is document AI. This document AI is one of the feature where it will help you to extract information from the documents like invoices will be there. And I want to extract some columns from the invoices. So I have a group of PDF files, maybe 1,000 PDF files. I want to process all the PDF files and I want to extract some information or columns which I require. So when I implemented the same kind of application in 2019 for one of my legal team in Singapore, I have written so much amount of code for this to build a dashboard finally. So I built a like NLP model which can go and search 200 plus documents. Each document again is 200 pages, where my model will go and search all these documents and get some information, and it will try to convert into a structured form and it push into a dashboard where the user can review. But that became very simple now in Snowflake. So you do not need to write any amount of code. Simply go and upload your documents and select the model which you want, and you can go and select which columns you want to extract from each file, and it will try to create the model, and you can simply publish the model. I can upload any kind of document and I can schedule that also, and which will try to help you to create a separate table out of the data. So I can even do a incremental loading of data also of my all unstructured PDF documents. So we are following everyone. So document AI is also another important feature which Snowflake is coming up. So it is basically like a mix of documents. If you have unstructured files like images, emails, PDFs, I can simply go and use document AI to process them and extract what information I want, and finally convert them into a actionable insights into a group of tables. And from the table also I can convert into a dashboard. All I can do. So that is how it is giving some business value to most of the projects. And this Arctic like till the technology which is called a text image layout transformer, which is basically like not similar to like the standard OCR, and it will try to even understand checkboxes, tables, and it will recognize the handwritten data also, handwritten text, and it will try to relate the data with headers and based on the position. It is very intelligent. The intelligent model, which is basically will understand what kind of data it is and will try to select the required information also. Like with a text document, it will behave differently. With the image, it will behave differently. It is a layout, it will behave like in a different way. But all the document-oriented data will have a unified intelligence environment which can be processed by using this particular tilt. The tilt transformer model from the Arctic side will have the sufficient knowledge on selecting any type of data which is in the text, pictures, and in the form of email documents also. And so Agentic AI in Snowflake is having so many features like this, like you can ask natural questions and no training is required. Everything will be done instantly and it will uses the high-end GPU infrastructure to run them that much faster. And most of the like information, if you go and see in the document AI, it will be processed and like load the PDFs into the stage. I hope everybody know about what is the stage, internal stage and external stage, which you might have seen. The stages will help us to store the intermediate data and then extract and then information which you want to, you will define that and then you will try to run your predict method to like go and like to process and finally you will get the query results according to your SQL statement. So you need to decide. You need to have a process document pipeline and what you need. Sometimes what happens, you may need to convert your semi-structured data which you generated into structured also. So you need to go and see what kind of functions in Snowflake we can use. Like for example, the XML data. Assume I received XML table. I should know XML get function can help me. Little flatten can help me. If it is a semi-structured data like JSON document, I should know how to use little flatten and convert that into structured form. And it is a parquet form, how to convert. Avro, ORC. So all required the respective information. So we need to see how can we go and leverage most of this particular information in the document oriented and this Snowflake document AI will provide you that feature. And apart from this, the RAG models, which Snowflake is also already integrated, like where you'll go and improve the accuracy of these LLMs, the RAG came into the market, and it is also already integrated in Snowflake to go and extract the relevant accurate information so that whatever the information you are extracting from a document, the accuracy can be improved using these RAG models, and Snowflake is already having these RAG models also inbuilt. And one new data type which Snowflake came up with recently is the vector data type, where you can embed your text into one single column and into a vector, and which Snowflake is already using vectors as a first class citizen, and you can store any of your text embedding into this particular column into a table, and where it will eliminate to create a separate vector databases also. So vector databases are available in the market already now. But here we do not need a separate vector databases. We can store in a vector data type column also. And if you go and see, most of the real world data nowadays is 90% unstructured, like images, documents, and also like you can go and see most of the texture data which which you will see. But every data is having its own dimensions, like color, shape, taste, all you need to understand, because the system will try to understand the vector data type is capable of capturing all this information and try to classify this data into the right information, accurate information. So you need to go and understand that you need to use a vector data for similar kind of columns also. And as I mentioned, the Snowflake Cortex Search is also is helping in providing the high accuracy search service, where you can go and search for the information even in your database, and you can decide what type of information you want to search also, the keyword search and the vector search. And we also will have a like information which is automatically indexed, and you will have the data which is in Snowflake. Basically, the data will be stored in the form of micro partitions, and whenever there are such changes will happen, these micro partitions also will try to change. So the Cortex step is going to deal with the data in the form of like indexing, where you will go and search the data, relevant information from the micro partitions directly. So coming to like the word embedding and from the human language to the machine language conversion and audio to like a text conversion, and even if you go and see the data which is in an audio can be converted into a group of rows and columns also. So that is how Snowflake is now emerging, and the process will take care whatever the data you are going to pass, either image or a text or a document or a audio, whatever it is, it will try to provide you the a language like SQL language I was talking about that can help us to convert that data into the group of rows and columns. That is the final objective of most of the AI SQL functions by generating this kind of like word embedding. So we can see there is a separate function available for converting your text into a numerical vectors. Like in the Cortex module itself, we have embed text and embed text also do two different types are there based on the like the dimensionality version, 768 and 1024. So the complexity increases, you need to go with the higher version. So you need to leverage the text data. How can we convert into numerical vectors? So this is available even in the Python side also some functions are there, but in Snowflake also we can implement them. And coming to like the other features which Snowflake is coming up with is like most of the models whatever you go and build in Snowflake are going to provide you the accurate information up to 90% accuracy information and where you can go and try to further tune them. So that is how the RAG is how Snowflake has been built. And coming to like Snowflake agents and Snowflake intelligence, which most recently the Snowflake intelligence platform also Snowflake made it public. So the agentic AI and the Snowflake intelligence both are like slowly capturing the market because as you know most of the AI agents how they are going to like react for most of the queries. Even Snowflake AI agents also are behaving 99% similar to that because you can build a agent without writing any code and you will have a unified agent ecosystem here in Snowflake Intelligence platform. You do not even need to go out of the platform also once you start creating the platform. And you will get everything in one single platform. That is separate platform. This is not like normal Snowflake environment. You can create a Snowflake account even for Snowflake Intelligence platform also. And you can directly use this platform for only for your agentic AI applications. The ecosystem will help you. This platform is basically will have most of the models which are required and functions and also like security like features. Everything will be integrated in a single platform. Only need to upload your data and start using the ecosystem which this platform is providing. But that is still emerging, so we need to start utilizing it. Even I started utilizing this just a month ago, so I'm still exploring more and I got some solutions and I got some improvements also. So I'm trying to integrate this platform with most of my applications and I'm trying to generate this particular models using the Snowflake Intelligence platform only. And coming to like Snowflake, not only for technical people, non-technical people also can directly use them, but they need some kind of fundamental like understanding of the platform with some kind of like training and basic training and all people are nowadays started using these particular platforms also. And coming to how to start using this, let me show you. So as you know, this AI ML Studio. So you can see here, we have a AI Studio. And so login into Snowflake environment, you will see the AI Studio will contain. So the AI Studio will contain the Cortex Analyst and Cortex and Cortex Agent. And we also can see not only this, we also can see the models, which is going to provide you the ML models. But we should have some ML models available here. We go to, I think, experiments. I think you can see that the classification and all these models, which you need to start to create an experiment. Functions is going to give you what are the built-in functions in classification, and you can see here classification, we have a function which we can directly start with. So I can go and select which warehouse I want to use. And go to and which database I can select a database level. I can go and I need to go and select what table I want to go and use. So I want to select a call center. So I can select which columns I want to go and use. So I can select which column I want to go and I need to go and classify the data. So this is the classification. I can select the CC class. So which is the input data? I use the call center data. So I simply select next and click on done, and it will generate the code automatically. That is the core benefit. See here, I do not even need to write any code here. It is generating my code instantly. See, this code has been generated by the particular Snowflake classification service itself. So it is going to help you to directly generate the code, and which you can run them and you can see the insights also. But I can directly create a application using Streamlit here, and I can integrate with the Streamlit application also. So most of the things is we can create as a pieces and you can connect them into to create a unified single application also. So every tool here, whatever you see in AIML side, so agents where I can start creating a agent and where you can go and but you need to be ready for the billing also. When I started using this particular service, you should be ready for billing also. If you go to document A also, you go and see. I can start using document A feature. I can go and upload some documents and I can start creating a new document also. Go and here, I can say build and I can start which database you want to select. I can select and schema and it start building, and I need to upload some documents into this particular environment, and I need to select which columns I want on the document also. So it started, I need to upload the documents here now, and then if I go and upload, so I can select any three documents here, then upload, and it is very intelligent platform, so which will try to allow us to select which columns we want from this particular document here also. So now it is asking which columns I want. Define the values. So which value, for example, I click on entity and I'll say invoice ID. It is very intelligent. It will try to identify this number 103 and pin automatically. I should give.
See, invoice ID. Invite.
Wait, yeah, it is identifying. Can you see this? 103 pin is automatically identifying this value. So according to that's 90% accuracy, this saying the corner score. And also I can mention, like for example, I want to go and get the product name. I'll simply give This has product. Let's say product name. So it will identify. So it is very intelligent. It is asking for, it is trying to two names here, correct? No? Product names. So it is automatically identifying. So even if you upload 100 documents, it will go and fix it to these columns and will try to extract the information. So like that, I can see for the first document, it identified. Second document also it will identify now. See, it is processing now. It identified each column, and then you can simply click on accept, and this is just like accept and close, and you come here, and it is now processing. Can you see that? Two documents are accepted, and third one is still in progress. This processing. Once after this particular processing is completed, then we will go to the next stage, and you can see the accuracy score also. So this accuracy score, whatever you see, that is almost like 100% because it is going to extract whatever the required columns, nearest columns. So if you want to change, you can even change also. Okay. So it will allow you to change. So if I want to add a few more columns, so I can add new columns as well. So this is one of the interesting feature to mine your documents and select the required columns also. So similar to that, I can upload audio files also. I can upload audio files and I can go and process all my audio files and extract information from the audio files also, not like just like a document. But for that, I need to use some different AI functions. AI functions are there, like AI transcribe is one function, AI sentiment, and AI complete, AI extract, AI summarize. So we need to use those functions to get the relevant information because they are going to directly use the integrated model and they will try to provide the information which you are looking for. So I will show you tomorrow like how to extract some information from the call recordings also, like MP3 files. And I'll try to show you like how can we convert the information from a MP3 group of MP3 files into a structured form. How the AI transcribe function can help us to convert the audio files into a meaningful insight. I also show tomorrow a documentary use case also which will try to help us to convert a group of documents information into a group of rows and columns into a structured form and insights. So we will try to see that tomorrow, but I want to stop here for today. Anybody have any specific questions? You can ask me now. Ramesh,
Do with that container service under the
Ranjan, your
Yeah.
voice is little low. Yeah,
so
tell me.
what I'm asking, like what you usually do that Snowflake container service, right? So that one, and the one you explained on that MCP, right? So how do we connect like that MCP and all through the agent and
You need to have a Snowflake container service should be running. So even that is also chargeable. And you need to see that is like the MCP servers and all. You need to go to the internet platform and you need to configure all this stuff. That is a secondary. I'll show you later. But first of all, you should understand. So what is the importance of like this particular Snowflake agentic AI and why you need to go for Snowflake? You need to understand that first. And at the
right?
same time, you should have some fundamental knowledge on the Snowflake ML as well here because some people may have knowledge, some people may not have the knowledge here. But we need to see like because the fundamental foundation of ML is required here. If we don't have that knowledge, we can't understand what is the model. When I say model, you will be here having a question mark in mind. Everybody
Yeah.
think like ML is a like artificial intelligence, and that is the perception. But majority does not know there is a foundation for AI also. So that you have to understand first. See, some people may have done some background work here on ML and all, but that is not sufficient. Why? Because that is only give you at some level. Only it can predict something. It can't do anything extra apart from that. Only predictive analytics only it can help us. If I want to move beyond that, I should know the prescriptive part also. Correct? No?
Yeah, since I don't know about ML, so you'll cover right from the basic to
Yes.
understand that one because I don't have any idea on that.
We will cover ML. We'll cover ML. We'll cover ML and we'll move forward after
Okay.
the foundation of people who does not know Python here. I will try to cover a basic Python also. Because not everybody knows Python because some part of Python coding also we do here. So I will try to cover Python basic parts.
Does all the codings here in agents and all in Snowflake that they have written through Snowpark
Correct.
mostly?
Correct. Most is Snowflake. Because the code, Snowflake code is not like a separate code, right? That is also in Python only. At least,
Okay.
see, people ask me why I should know coding. See, I'm not saying you need to know coding. You need to learn coding. You should know at least what these systems are generating, correct? No?
Mm-hmm.
You should be in a position to evaluate what the system is generating. No, I cannot go and blindly use what the system is providing me.
Correct.
So here, we need to know some kind of knowledge in evaluating what the systems are generating because most of the models generate whatever they generated, it may not be 100% accurate also. Correct? No?
Mm.
That's what they do. They do say Gemini may not give you that always 100% correct, but the statement will be there. Meta may not also may give. We should have some knowledge, basic knowledge on what these particular systems are and what they are generating, and that clarity you don't have, right? You need
Yeah.
to go with so much of rework also, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. So better go with some foundation, basic level of foundation, and then understand. If you see
Mm.
the code, at least you should know, oh, this is what. Okay, I
Yeah.
can understand. If you don't understand, if someone asks you something, you can't even answer.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, you should justify yourself that you did something. No,
True. True.
yeah, I can't rely on completely on even AI also because people say AI coming, do I lose the job? No, people who does not know AI, they will lose the job. How to operate? Got it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, no problem. From Ramesh, Sai, and Salma.
Yeah, no, just the duration and how many days and what's the per day class, weekdays or weekend
Ramesh.
and
Okay, Ramesh. Yeah, Ramesh, actually, this is basically the batch which I'm planning uh, morning 7 a.m. to IST. And one more, some people ask me about 8 p.m. IST also. So I'm just planning for both. And this is basically going to be a 40 to 45 hours batch, with including some projects also, which I mentioned in the curriculum, if you see in the end of the curriculum, right? You would have seen that. So some use cases
yeah.
also. So it comes nearby 45 hours and daily 1 hour, 7 to 8, and then morning and 8 to 9 in the evening.
So 7 days a week or 5 days?
5 days a week, 5 days a week,
Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday. Correct, correct.
It will be 7 a.m. IST, right?
Yes, please. And 8 p.m. IST also, some people asked me, but I need to finalize that. I'll go with majority. So,
No,
because
7 a.m. is fine, but one day I'm Wednesday, if it will be little late.
no, that's what I'm saying. You see, we need to balance, no?
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can
Uh,
check with other people also.
let people also come back. Yeah.
And what are the project we'll do that we can showcase in the resume, right, Sri?
Correct, correct. See, you can generalize that and you can showcase in the project in your CV. I will guide you on that. See, most of the people in the market, they are looking for not how you coding, how you are going to do coding and all. No, they will ask what is the solution you provided and how it impacted your business value.
Hmm.
That is what you have to understand. The business value, how your agent impacted or your application impacted, you have to know. Sai, the batch start date, I am just thinking to start on Monday. So Monday, I'm just planning, Sai. But I need to check with other people also and finalize that. Is it clear, Sai? Okay. Any questions from you, Ramesh?
No, it's all comes under Snowpark only, right?
Yeah, Snowpark and Snowflake, SQL.
Snowflake is okay. It's a part of
Exactly.
okay.
Snowpark. Correct. Snowpark.
Okay. We need to brush up here.
Yeah. I will guide you. Don't worry.
Okay.
So whatever you have knowledge in Snowflake, that will help you a lot. Why? Because when I start with Python Agentic AI, the people who come up for learning, maybe people are Python, people who know Python, who doesn't know Python also.
Yeah,
Same thing. Even here also the same. People who come up for learning with Snowflake Agentic AI, there might be people who know Snowflake, who does not know Snowflake also.
Okay.
I'm suggesting people who know Snowflake will be easier for them because like implementing in Snowflake will be easy for people who know Snowflake. Correct, no?
Correct. Understood.
Yeah, that is what I suggest. If anybody does not have any Snowflake knowledge, I ask them to at least go with some kind of Snowflake fundamentals. That will help a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then that's all for today. So tomorrow we'll try to connect at the same time and we'll try to see some part of document AI use case. Okay.
Same 6 p.m. IST tomorrow, right?
Yeah, same time.
Thank you.
Thank you.